Anyway, let's get into our boxing news, man. Big fight that happened Saturday night between Adrian Broner and Jesse Vargas. A lot of crap talking was done, of course, leading up to the fight, as usual, about from the can man, of course, Adrian Broner. About he disrespected his promoter on the stage. He disrespected Jesse Vargas. He disrespected a rival, a boxer under undercard.
Nobody told him not the shit where he eating.
And Broner should know that you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. But obviously, he don't care about where he spill his vinegar. Yeah. Bottom line. But anyway, he said he was going to beat up Jesse Vargas. And let me tell you, don't disrespect anybody with the last name Vargas. Those guys can fight. Okay.
And possibly can own a casino.
And then the reality of the situation at the end of the day, Broner and Vargas was a split decision, a unanimous decision. They went down toward the fight. Some people believe Broner won. Some people believe Vargas won.
What do you believe?
I think that it was a fair call. I think that
a draw was a fair call?
I think it was a fair call. I watched the fight.
Did you see his face?
I did see his face. He uglied them up. But the reality situation is if Broner wanted to win the fight, he should have been more aggressive and took this guy out.
He was supposed to win.
Let me tell you something.
It shouldn't have been
Broner
split decision.
Adrian Broner is not a well-liked fighter. He disrespects the guys that's interviewing him. How you disrespect Jim Gray, man? Jim Gray been there for years. How do you talk about Jim Gray's suit and ask him if he has cataracts? Man, respect your elders, man. First of all, you know a lot of people, professional people around the fight, don't like Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? I like Adrian Broner because he's a talented guy. I like a guy that speaks his mind. But at the same time, let me tell you something, man. That rubs people the wrong way. And you can't leave nothing in the hands of the judges when you going into a fight like that. You know you ain't fighting in Cincinnati. You know, Then at the end of the fight, he disrespects the crowd by saying it's a lot of Mexicans and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
So, I mean, come on, Brooklyn. Man. Come on,
you're in Brooklyn, my man.
Yeah,
Like, where else you gonna go?
Bro.
I mean,
come on. I understand you speak
your mind.
They got a lot of Mexican
people, bro. They come to see their people, man.
But you cannot. If you don't leave nothing in the hands of the judges, knock the goddamn guy out and move on and go comb your hair, brush your hair, whatever you do. But anyway, it was a split decision. I consider it a fair call. Broner should have released his hands more. He should have done more. He's a better fighter than Vargas, but he should have released them hands as much as he released his mouth. So bottom line,
I watched the whole complete fight,
and I did too. That's why I said what I said. Okay.
I watched the whole complete fight live.
I did too. Live.
Let me quit messing with you, my brother.
Yes.
But yeah. After seeing the whole fight, I feel like Broner won the fight, but it wasn't like he won the fight overwhelmingly. The reason I feel like Broner won the fight is because after maybe like the 6th or 7th round, it was like maybe 6th or 7th round, when he actually stopped trying to hold his defense up. Because a lot of the early rounds that they gave Vargas, in my opinion, he wasn't really doing anything. He just was a lot more active. He wasn't hurting Broner. He wasn't really hitting him. Broner was actually hitting Vargas in the earlier rounds, but it was very sneaky licks. There were counter punches, and he was only throwing 1-2 punches at a time. Being silly and keep shaking his head every time Vargas throws punches. That's what I'm saying. I understand that's
your style, man, but get the guy out of there, man.
I don't want to see you shake your head, my brother. When
get him out of
he
there.
Not hurting you, well, punch him in the face and then shake your head and say no.
And another thing about watching Adrian Broner fight, he takes too many unnecessary headshots.
Yeah,
he's fast enough to duck at the guy that he's fighting, but yet he doesn't do it. You got to incorporate that more in the fight. You got to. I don't know if you're trying to prove that you could take the man punches. That's not the point. It's to beat him up, make him ugly while keeping yourself looking good.
Well, that's why I saw Vargas get him with some nice shots, and Vargas really did his thing there. But from the 7th round on, man, he completely basically, I wouldn't say dominated Vargas, but he won pretty much every round in my opinion. And I guess unless you want to say the 12th round was suspect, but I mean Vargas didn't really take it either. I mean that could have been a 10-10 or a 9-9 round for both of them.
Going into our next group of news right quick, dealing with the Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua fight. And I wish I had better news for you guys to deliver, but it's the same nonsense as Luke DeBella and Eddie Hearns continue to go after each other and rant. They continue to go at each other. They sent the proposal over there a week or so ago to Deontay Wilder. They thought it was disrespectful. And I don't know if they sent their counter offer back, but it's a lot of joining between those guys by the looks of it, between Hearn and DeBella. they don't respect each other. So I don't think the fight's going to happen. That's just my opinion on it. I don't think it's going to happen.
If
it's
it
too
don't
much
happen
foolishness.
right now, it has
and then
to
outside
happen
of
later.
that,
he's going to be a mandatory contender at some point.
But the key thing about this is the fact that if you look at the mandatory fight that's on the horizon, he has to fight Alexander Povetkin, and Povetkin's no punk. Because you better be mindful and careful of that.
That's your guy. Huh?
Povetkin's a bulldog, man. He's a pit bull, and you get in the ring with Povetkin, and he knocks out big guys. He beat the last guy he knocked out was a big 6'7" guy. Just knocked his ass out. So I mean, you better be mindful of that. Also, with the Triple G news, the quick news to hit you with the Triple G news is the fact Triple G has a fight lined up as well, and Triple G will be fighting. How you pronounce this guy's name? DC. Martirosyan or whatever. Saturday the 5th, 2018. Cholo's a mandatory. He's a mandatory after this fight, so
he put his guy down in 2 rounds.
So we'll see what's happening with Triple G. The fight's been moved to StubHub Center in Carlson, California on May the 5th. Cinco de Mayo, baby. So that'll do the show today on the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. I'd like to thank y'all for joining us. If you love the show, you love us, please, if you want to help us out, donate at our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/PRO Media Network. Remember, please comment and let us know how you feel about DC's mock draft and other comments and news as well. So from me and DC,
people gonna love my draft, man.
You're listening to the PRO Media Network, the next level in entertainment.